Capricorn, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, May 7th to Sunday, May 13th, 2018. Now, before I get started, I just have two announcements. First of all, gotta fix my cup over here. First of all, yeah, Uranus and Taurus moving in very soon, May 15th, where it's gonna totally revolutionize, change, and disrupt one part of your life in some way. If you are interested in learning what part of your life that'll be and how it'll affect you, please sign up for my live free webinar that I'm going to do this Wednesday, May 9th at 5 p.m. Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on Facebook in a private Facebook group. So if that's something you're interested in, please click the link down below in my description box and we'll talk about it by sign, trends, over time as well, okay? So that's going on there. The second thing, May 2018, it is here, and this week is the week I think could be very intense conversations, negotiations, unexpected things coming in, maybe tempers flaring a little bit. And if you want to know how to handle that better, in addition to what I say here, because I can't always speak as candidly in these videos, please click the link again down below in my description box to get access to the recording of my May 2018 webinar. Now, Capricorn, for you, what's going on this week is that we have the sun right here in Taurus, and that for you, Capricorn, is your 5th house of happiness, of love, of romance. Also of kids, if you have any kids, and of passion projects. I think you're trying to figure out what you can do to bring more happiness and more joy into your life. Now on Monday, this sun here in your 5th house is going to sextile Neptune in your 3rd of talk and communication. So I think there could be an opportunity here on Monday of this week to communicate in a better way about what makes you happy, about what you enjoy, about what you're feeling inside, hopefully in a way that can help you achieve more of the things that you want and need to enjoy life more, okay? So that's happening on Monday. As that's going on though, and as we have this, I like to think pretty aspect, bringing you more peace about what's going on inside you, I think there could be some intense conversations that do come up, or some more details that you do need to work out before everything starts to fall into place. Those for you, Capricorn, are going to be right here where Mercury is in Aries, which happens to be your 4th house of home and family, because we do have Mercury in a square with Pluto on Monday, and Pluto's in your 1st house. So I think you're trying to be happier, to communicate more about what makes you happy, to bring more of what makes you happy into your life. But I think perhaps there's lots of conversations going on, decisions that need to be made, or negotiations coming in regards to your home, your home and family, where you live, who you live with, how you interact with family members. Also emotionally, maybe a big adjustment going on emotionally as well in some way. And maybe you're trying to figure out what you need to change in your own identity or in regards to your home and family so that you can let more joy into your life in a positive way. It's like you see the happiness, you see the goodness coming, but maybe you just need to figure some of this stuff out before you can get to that, okay? Because this is a square and because it is Pluto, these conversations and details that you're working at the beginning of the week could not be easy, could be a little hard, could be a little scary, dealing with scary emotions, dealing with money. How do you use your money to feel better emotionally, to support a home or a family coming in, or how do you rearrange some relationships there too as well, but really needing to figure all of that out, okay? While that's going on at the beginning of the week, having some of these intense conversations, we also do have what? Venus in Gemini, here in your 6th house of your job and your daily routines, in a square with Neptune in your 3rd house. So while you're trying to figure all this out, how you can be happy, what you need to change about your home, your family, your emotions in order to let more joy into your life, doing something that you like, I think you're also thinking a lot about your job, about what you do on the day-to-day, about what your life looks like externally, maybe confused. Okay, I know kind of what I need to be happy, but there's a change that I need to make at home. And when I make this change at home, what does it mean for my job? What does it mean for my daily routines, for what my life looks like? And I think you're just trying to figure out how to think more clearly and to see more clearly what your job or daily routines are going to look like once your home changes, once your emotions change, so that you can bring everything together in a more positive way. And I think that's what's going on at the beginning of this week. All right, as we move through the middle of the week, what we get is the Sun right here in your 5th house and in opposition here with Jupiter. And Jupiter's in your 11th house of your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for the future. Okay, so I think you're trying to be happy and do all the things I just talked about. Change your home in order to be happy. Figure out your job and your daily routines so you can bring everything together. And I think while that's going on, you're still trying to envision your life, to figure out where it is that you see your life going. Maybe the vision of your future is changing. Maybe the people that you associate with, you're not associating with the same groups of people that you used to associate with anymore. And maybe that as well is making it hard for you to do the things that you want and need. So it's like this week, it's like you see what you need to enjoy life more, but it's just there's all this other stuff in the way that I think we as a whole and you are trying to clear out of the path so that you can feel better, okay? And I think not only is it a change at home, what your job and your daily routines are going to look like, but maybe also friends, trying to figure out how to bring your friends on board with you or how to associate with the right groups of people that understand what you need to be happy. Maybe that's the thing going on. And maybe you also needing to figure out where you see your life going, what you ultimately want your life to be like as well, so that it's easier for you to line up all of these actions, all of these things that you're doing in accordance with some future, better vision of the future that you like. All right, coming in on Wednesday, okay? Then after that, we get to the end of the week where things do change a little bit. And on the end of the week, what we have is the Sun here in your 5th house and a trine with Pluto, where Mercury was squaring it earlier. And I think what that brings towards the end of the week and the weekend is maybe a big change that you're making in your identity so that you can be happier. And I think it has a lot to do with the things that you talked about at the beginning of the week. Maybe the beginning of the week you discussed a change that you needed to make at home or emotionally in order to feel better. And I think towards the end of the week, you start to move forward much more swiftly on this change perhaps that you discussed in your home earlier, okay? And I like to think whatever change you start to make at the end of the week with this trine to your 5th house is going to be one that's going to bring you more happiness, bring more stability and security to you in a way that is better and can support a lot of the things that it is that you liked, even if it took some mental gymnastics and some extra tact in conversations during the beginning of the week in order to get there, okay? So that's what I see going on. All right, I also see a lot of action coming in after this, doing a lot of things, a lot of thinking, working out some plans, because after this happens on Saturday and Sunday, the end of this week into next week, we also do have Mars in your 1st house in a square with Mercury in your 4th. So I think towards the end of the week, you're starting to step into some changes in your life, perhaps with your home and family, so that you can be happier. And so that you can build your life on a foundation that you like better, but perhaps there are still more things that you need to work out in regards to your home life, what your home looks like, how you do things at home, what's happening there, okay? Maybe trying to do a lot of things coming in and needing to just pace yourself to make sure that you're doing things in the right way to create more of a home and a family that it is that you do want, okay? And needing to make sure that you're paying attention to more of the details towards the end of the week based on some of the things that you discussed earlier, so you can make sure you're laying a foundation for your life in a way that can support you, okay? So I think that's what's coming in. I think the more you try to create a home life that is better for you, to work with your emotions in some way, is going to hopefully help you feel more free to be yourself, with Mercury eventually coming into a conjunction with Uranus on Sunday. So I think you trying to work out what's going on with your home to build more stability in your life is going to help you break free to have more of a home that you want, to express yourself emotionally in a way that's more authentic. So I think you're getting there, and especially at the beginning of this week, you're just laying the foundations for that. Okay, another thing to keep in mind is that even though Mercury on top of Uranus, 29 degrees, your 4th house, can help you break free from some situations at home, from an old home to create a new one, from maybe situations that aren't good for you to do something else that resonates with you deep down more. It can also bring up some unexpected events that may not be, that may not always be the happiest. So be on the lookout for that if anything unexpected does come up in regards to your home or family at the very, very end of this week, okay, coming in. Could be a little bit upsetting in some ways, but I think is meant to help you break free from old situations with home and family, from an old foundation your life was built on, so that you can move into something else that is better for you. Okay, so I think that's what's going on. If something comes up though, perhaps that is unexpected, that throws things into a little bit of chaos though, I wouldn't be too worried, because we are going to have Mars entering its shadow period on Sunday, where it will go retrograde right over this spot, really asking you in the next few weeks and months, really, I think it's going to be, what, 2 months before Mars finishes its whole retrograde thing, is really going to have you readjust your identity and who you are, so that you can step into some new home life and some new foundation that it is that you're creating. All right. So even though you're breaking free the very end of this week to create more of a home life, more of a foundation for your life that you want, I think in the next few months there's more changes, readjustments that you're going to have to make to your identity and who you thought you were, so that you can start to step into this life that you're now trying to bring all together. Okay, even though you're getting there more so than you have previously. All right, so this is going on. Kind of an interesting week. A lot of different things happening we have not seen in a while. Now your card for the week is the Lovers upright. This to me is a card of choices, decisions, very important ones that will stick with you for a long time, since this is a major arcana card. And this card is saying if you need to make choices, make the hard choices, but make sure you're making ones that really resonate with you based on your values. Make sure you're not taking any shortcuts with this card. I see it kind of as being a Taurus card for some reason, with the mountains in the back. Make sure you're not taking any shortcuts with this card. Make sure you're making decisions based on what it is that you really value, long-term decisions that can stay with you the test of time, because these decisions will stick with you if you make any, and you want to make sure that you don't want to back out of them later. Coming in with this card too also can bring fated things in relationships, fated beginnings or endings. I like to think beginnings because this card is upright, but it can definitely bring huge life-changing chapters in regards to relationships this week, and a need to just make sure that if you're partnering with people, you are partnering with people who can support your growth and be with you for a while, instead of ones who can tear you down coming in. And I think this week is going to be super important for you to establish a life working with people, hopefully in a way that resonates with you more and can last. All right, so that's what I've got for you this week, Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.